Take it back, take it back. Where did I go from? Here we go. So many. Oh, wow, I have a lot. And starting there. Okay. Ready? Hey everyone, it's Mandi here with To Die For Games, and I have a special guest joining us. We're going to do some Origins talk, Origins 2019, and we have here...
Gamer James!
You're like,
hey girl.
Hi. So you're thinking, well, how's this happening? Well, you know, we live kind of close to each other. Well, not really.
No, I had to take an airplane.
Yeah, so 4 hours. But, you know, it's Canada Day weekend, so we figured, hey, let's talk Origins. All right, so let's not keep you waiting. Let's just jump right in. What do you think?
It was great.
It was so good.
The food in Columbus is always so good that I always love going back to Origins because of food. And it's the same time as Pride. Got to see Nina West. And then actually inside the halls, wandered around and got to see a bunch of really cool stuff. I loved all of the new types of artwork that I saw in different games. So that was kind of really my key win.
No, that's amazing. And for me, I don't unfortunately get to see as much of those things as you do because I'm running around and doing stuff. And you saw this firsthand, you know, talking with people. And so I did get my Jenny's ice cream. We were playing, I was teaching a game of Pret-a-Porter. So the new edition's coming to Kickstarter. Was it July 8th? I think it's coming out. And yeah, so we were all kind of, I'm kind of hungry, but we didn't want to leave because we were afraid we weren't going to get back in and just so many things. So we ordered it. So we each got a pint of Jenny's. And you'll be happy to know they do have dairy-free because I have to have the dairy-free one, and it was delicious. So for you, those of you who haven't tried Jenny's ice cream, beautiful. And hey, look at that, comes in dairy-free. So
peanut butter.
I think mine was like fudgy chocolate, which I'm not really crazy for, but tastes really nice. So that was the highlight for me. Delivered pint of Jenny's ice cream. And then, yeah, did you have Jenny's? You had Jenny's.
I did. Like the last day, I was like, oh, right, I didn't go here yet.
Oh, exactly. That was like me. It was so late this time. I didn't get to go to the market. Is it North Market?
Yeah.
I didn't get to go there, unfortunately, but I know a lot of people were saying like there's I think I went last year. It was like a melty, grilled, cheesy place, which I shouldn't be eating, but was delicious.
Oh, I don't think that's there anymore.
Yeah, people were talking about it.
I had a lot of barbecue. Every time I go to America, I get barbecue and Mexican food.
It's a thing. It's a thing. But enough about what we're eating and doing, I guess, at Origins that are not gaming related. Let's jump into some game talk. So we are not just looking down here randomly, oh, what's this? So we have our phones with us because I take pictures of games and James Scott.
Yeah, this is my phone because I'm a giant.
Oh my goodness. But to track the games that we played or seen, I take pictures of them. So then that way I remember, okay, I got to talk about this one, you know, post some information. And I think you do the same sort of thing. Yeah,
you'll see them in my videos these days because now I just don't even bother to try and script something. I just look at my pictures.
Just go with it, right? Scripting is crazy. So, all right. So I'm going to talk about the Haba booth. Let's start there.
Yes.
So I went to the Haba booth and I was like, oh my goodness, there's some crazy good stuff here. I have played Honga specifically. I'm calling this one out because it's so good. Have you played Honga?
I didn't get a chance to play Honga.
Oh, no.
I did play King of the Dice, which was a really cool
Okay, I haven't played that one.
Set collection dice rolling game, which I liked. And I got my hands on Maderum. I can't pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah, Maduris. And for those of you who don't know that one, we have a review on this channel for Maduris, so you can see what Carol and I thought of that one. I also liked, what was it called? The Glitter Unicorn Stacking?
Unicorn Glitter Luck?
That's it. And there's two versions.
Unicorn Stacking.
Right. And then there's Unicorn Stacking.
Or is it Cloud Stacking?
Cloud Stacking. Cloud Stacking. I think that's right.
It's a hot pink box. You can't miss it.
It's so cute. And I mean, yes, it's kind of geared toward children, but I mean, it literally is what it sounds like. You're stacking items. I haven't played it yet. It's on my shelf. I'm really excited to try that one out. So,
yeah,
you know.
Even games that are geared towards children are a lot of fun. I played that monkeys one, the coconuts. Where you just flick in the monkey with the coconuts. We made a horrible mess of the Origins floor with these coconuts, but it was fun.
That's so fun, right? And that was like Honga, but mind you, Honga I feel is kind of geared towards a broader audience. I wouldn't say younger children is a good one for this one, but I like the fact that it was so simple. Like in this game, you have areas on the board. So you have these kind of tiles, and on the tiles there's these like handprints on different parts of the tile, and when you place it in a certain area, wherever it's facing, it tells you how many like of that action you can do. So if it's potentially finishing an objective card and there's 3 hands in that spot, you can finish 3 objective cards, you know? Or moving up the mountain, if there's 1 hand on that kind of directed to that space, you move up 1 space on the mountain. So it's really straightforward, but you still got to pay attention and think, because it's a racing game. You got to get to a certain amount of points before everybody else. And don't forget to pet Honga. That's smarmy,
That's the part
Honga.
that
Oh.
I loved that part. I just saw that, and everybody was just talking about petting the kitty.
Petting Honga. And literally, Honga has this look like, pet me, or you're going to pay for it. Because if Honga comes to you and you don't pet Honga, Honga starts eating your food, and, you know, you need that to finish your objective. So, like, darn you, Honga.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's a good game. So, all that to say, it's one that you should definitely try out if you haven't.
Yeah, and if you're more of an avid gamer, definitely give Haba a check out. They have more than just kids games.
Yeah.
They have a ton of games that are very, entry level, get your gamers up to snuff, I guess. That sounds so snooty.
No,
with more Eurogamey type of games.
Yeah.
And they have some stuff that's actually Eurogame, like that one we said earlier is actually an economic game. So give it a check out.
I don't want to give it away. Check out. We also have a video. Maybe if I'm feeling up to it, I've put a link somewhere here that you can just go to it.
That YouTube box thing.
Insert here. All right. So that was Haba. Do you have a booth you want to talk about?
Yeah, one of the booths that I stopped at was Luma Imports, and it's actually a company that brings a bunch of smaller Euro-published games into North America, which is really cool. So one of the games was Draftosaurus by Ankama, and it's a roll and write where you don't actually have to write, it's actually a roll in place. So the die shows you where you can place the dinosaur, and the dinosaur you pick is also randomly from the bag as well. And so it was pretty cool about different area control mechanics involved with it in this tiny little game, and it plays really, really fast. So that was cool. Also at the Luma Imports booth was Museum, which is already hit shelves with a ton of expansions too. You can check out the review on my channel for that as well. And I just love the artwork of that one. That game is just stellar, so pretty.
And I saw those there. I'd heard a lot of talk about Museum because everyone was saying, you know, it's so good. Draftosaurus, everybody was talking about. Again, these are 2, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to play, but I saw. But I did end up playing a game from them called, what is it called? Color Blast, Color Theory. Oh, it's going to drive me crazy.
Magic of the internet. We found it. It's Color Addict.
Color Addict. I'm so sorry. That just was not clicking for me. It was one of those games where how do I explain this? So you have a card that'll say the name of like a color. So, for example, purple, but it could be written in gray.
Oh, right. Yes, that one.
So, so you could put down a purple card or a gray card, like something that matched that card. Oh, my goodness. And your brain is just it's not working. The other one that I was looking for, and again, didn't get a chance to play, was Des Couleurs de Paris, which is the colors of Paris. And I have a thing with like art-themed games, and that's one of their newer ones that have come out. And anything with art. And I know a couple other people had tried it. I think a couple of your friends.
Yeah, a couple of my friends had played it and liked it
and enjoyed it. So I'm really looking forward to checking that one out, as well as some of their other releases that were not at Origin. Okay, so let's talk about Plan B.
Yes.
Yeah, Plan B had some good ones.
I know them.
We know them. So Plan B had the New Century.
With New World, what I really liked is that the Century games are each a different 100 years, a century,
Makes sense.
of kind of trading. And so this one focuses on North American trading. So it's very much about the indigenous peoples, and it's done in a relatively respectful way. Yeah, the artwork is there. It doesn't all subscribe to one particular tribe because it does span 100 years.
Right.
So there are bits and pieces from different types of tribes, and it doesn't try and play that off as this is all about indigenous trading. It's very much a trading game in that 100-year span. There's the English and the French and the indigenous, and it does it really well. And of course they all combine, but I haven't played the combined one yet.
People were saying the art wasn't lining up properly. The first 2 it lined up, and then when you got to that last one, it wasn't kind of clicking properly. I don't know, it just wasn't lining up the art. So I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe they just were going in a different direction near the end. Not sure, but the game itself seemed pretty fun. I've only played a few rounds of it, so looking forward to playing more. I also recently played Tuki.
Yeah,
Which was something. Have you played that one?
Yes, you can check out a review of that one. It's on my channel too.
Perfect. So no, this one's great. So if you just to go a quick synopsis, you can also check out James's review. But it's literally one of those games where you want to technically not be the last person to not finish building a structure. So you have a die that you roll, and depending on if there's a dot on the die will depend if you're doing it based off the table or if it has to be based off of what do they call it? Is it snow?
The snow.
The snow. Yeah, that sounds really weird, but there are pieces, I'm going to put a picture up somewhere so you can see this, of how you can build it. Well, I'm not very good at this game because it requires you to be fast,
Oh, I'm great at it.
You got to be really quick, so you have to go, okay, go. And if you're the last person to not do this, well, then that's not good for you. Get cards. Getting cards are bad. So you get the card that everyone was doing, and it's like, I think it's 6 of those you get?
5.
Is it 5? So you get 5, and then that's it. Game
Done.
over. Yeah, so you don't want that. In a 4-player game, there is a difference. So the person that ends up getting the card, so they were the last person, ends up not being kind of out for a round. So they're the one who rolls the die and then sets up the card for the players to go. And then from that round, whoever is last then will get the cards and do the same thing over again. So it does give you a bit of a rest and to make it fair so you're not just, scrambling to get ready while you're rolling dice and getting cards ready. So Tuki was really good. I'll probably be talking a bit more about that online. So look for that soon.
Another booth that I visited, which was a lot of fun because they actually had a actual diver's suit and helmet, and I totally put it on. Looks like a Bing picture here or something. And they have a game coming to Kickstarter, or it's on Kickstarter. Actually, no, it just finished Kickstarter, called The Refuge.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the second version of The Refuge. They actually have a first one, which is more zombie-oriented, and this second one, which is the Kraken.
The Kraken. Release the Kraken!
It's got so many really cool models in it, and it's a very easy-to-play game, kind of... Take your action, move forward, try and eliminate the Kraken. It reminded me of Space Invaders, but as a board game, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And then the other one they had was Folding Wishes, which is an origami-based theme game. So I didn't get to see much of it, but I look forward to checking that out more.
Was it out? That was kind of on my list of games that I was looking for.
No, both of these games were in preview. So The Refuge was on Kickstarter, and Folding Wishes, I think, is coming out at Gen Con.
Okay, and Refuge was one I was interested in as well. I know they have the zombie one. I'm like, oh, okay, zombie is not my thing, but this one looked kind of interesting with the kind of water.
One was trying to get in on a demo of it.
Right.
Luckily, I didn't get too much FOMO because you couldn't buy it yet. So it wasn't like I didn't get to play it and buy it. I just didn't get to play it.
Yeah.
But I got to see people, and it's so awesomely gruesome in a great way. You're building out a new monster to, be there with Frankenstein's monster. Because remember, Frankenstein is not the monster. It is the doctor.
That is true.
But I have no idea how else it plays besides that you're making a monster and the pieces and the artwork look amazing.
Like you literally get to put Frankenstein together. And it actually shows the skin and the bone and all the good bits. I'm sorry, I'm a really big horror fan, scary stuff. So for me, this is in my wheelhouse. It is on the heavier end of the spectrum though. So it's
a full-on Euro. I saw people playing it for good 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, so it's a Euro. So for people who are like, oh, it sounds cool, it's not light. I'll be honest with you, at first I was like, oh my goodness, programming. I despise programming games.
Whereas that's my profession.
Yeah, see, so it's not really my thing, but, playing with it in good fun with everybody. You're trying to guide them around, you're trying to clean up the dust bunnies and, get them out. Basically cleaning up the little areas of the game board or getting the cheese or whatever it is, getting certain things on the board. But you have to do it without hitting walls, and you have a certain amount of time before doing it. So it's a book. So it actually comes in a book, which is really cool, and I like that.
What else did you catch at Origins?
Oh my goodness, so many things.
So many.
Okay, the op.
Oh, right, yes.
So let's talk about this because this is a change. There are so many companies doing name changes. Simon, I think, is now Come On.
I don't know.
I think so. This is what I've been told. Someone might have to correct me on that. This is what I was told. USAopoly is now being referred to as the op.
The OP.
The OP. So if you're old school like me, I heard that and I was like, oh, Ocean Pacific? No.
And I was like, did they mean OG?
So it is the op. That's it. Not any of those things that we talked about. So they had a ton of stuff. They had the new Harry Potter battling game.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessed with the Harry Potter phone game right now.
Yes.
But I did see that, and they also had a Dungeon Academy.
Which I played. Oh, I have a wand right there sticking out beside the grizzled.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
It's Wingardium Leviosa, not Leviosa.
I knew you were going to do that one.
It's the only one I know.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's okay. We had to throw that in there for Harry Potter. But the Harry Potter battling game, if you're familiar with, the original cooperative game, this is a battle. So, 2 players going together. But it has a lot of similarities. But the decks, they said you could build up a little bit better. And you're able to trash cards a little bit easier in this game. So that I'm looking forward to. So that's one I didn't play, but really got a nice look at it. You mentioned Dungeon...
Yeah, Dungeon Academy.
Which I like. Did you play it?
I didn't get to play it. That was my miss of the con.
Oh no! So it's another roll and write.
So cool.
Yeah, it's so fun, but you get to fight monsters. So it's really cool. You get to shake up some dice in this. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a little square box thing. So it's covered. Everybody has a character, and you have so much. I think it's like mana and health that you have that you want to maintain, and you need it because when you trace, once the dice are uncovered. This is timed. You only have a certain amount of time to do this. You kind of have to trace a path. You have a little piece of paper and you have to trace a path from one end to the other. But in tracing the path, you could be fighting monsters and all these things, but it resolves after everyone's done. And then you kind of see, oh, did you get a hit here? Oh, we're able to fight this here. Oh, you know what I mean? And you might die. So that's not good. But then if you're successfully out, you get some points. And then at the end, you also get some cards that'll help kind of level you up or boost your, your experience in the little maze. So I actually had a great time playing Dungeon Academy, so you will like it quite a bit. They had a few there. They also had the Toy Story. So they have a deck building Toy Story game. I didn't get to play that one. That's coming out. It actually looked really interesting. They also had a Batman game. So it's called Talisman. Oh my goodness. I love Batman. Love Batman. I don't know if it's Batman or Tim Burton because he does the Batman movie and it's so dark, but maybe it's both.
I love Tim Burton.
So good.
And I love Tim Burton's Batman.
Yes, it's
not so
dark.
much with the new Batman.
No, I do like that one too, but anyway, we digress. So Talisman is another one that's coming out, and I have to tell you, that looked fantastic. I didn't get to play that one, but I did see it. And I'm just hoping it's not as convoluted as some of the other games that have come out, like Fallout, and then it just kind of put people off. I just want to get to the heart of Batman and play a really cool game. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out. And as soon as I get my hands on it, I will definitely be talking about that one.
Nice.
What about you? What's next?
Genius Games has got a new game coming out called Periodic, and I haven't actually played most of their other games because they kind of have leaned to the biology side of science, and I'm more the chemistry side of science.
So you're not like me. I like biology and chemistry. It's the other science that I'm not so crazy for.
Yeah, physics.
That's okay.
I just fall over. But Periodic looks really cool. It's a very simple game, plays really quickly and nice. But once again, it's another game that's going to help gateway people in, and especially also if you've got young children, get them into STEM fields.
Which is super exciting. I saw the periodic table and it was coming back to me, and I'm like, covalent bonds, standard temperature and pressure, all these things that I had to get a tutor because the mathy part's not so good, but the memorization actually, surprisingly, I was good at. So yeah, I saw that one. I didn't get a chance to play it because it was always busy at the tables, but anything to do with science, I am all over it.
Yeah, luckily it's only with atomic bonds or atomic numbers, so you just gotta know how to count up and down.
Oh, okay. So
although I still screwed it up a couple times.
But you learn, right? That's how we learn. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Kosmos.
Yes, Kosmos has a new exit game.
They do.
But what was most neat is in the little pamphlet they give us as reviewers of the stuff that's coming up is that they have 2 new types of kind of exit games. So in that series, they have these adventure games coming out. And those looked really cool. But they also had the new exit game, which is a 2-part game this time. And
the box is huge on that.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, wow, that's quite the box compared to the other ones, which are really small. So that one was interesting. And they also had Imhotep Duel.
Yep.
Which I'm also looking forward to. So I don't know who's played Imhotep Duel. That game can get pretty mean when I think about it. I mean, you're trying
just going to take these things from you.
Right? And you're getting people to know you want to travel your boat to a certain part of the board, but someone could force it to go somewhere else if they fill it up before you do. Oh, that's so frustrating. So Duel, I haven't played. I just saw it kind of out on the table, but I saw a couple people playing it and I heard a lot of ooh. Okay, well now I need to check this out.
Yeah. And on the STEM front again, they have another set of games coming out called Brainwaves.
Yeah.
With Riner Knizia is one of them, and so he's one of my favorites, so I'm really excited to get my hands on those. They weren't quite ready, but it's another branch into kind of science platform, which I thought was cool.
So the last game that we're going to talk about, we'll end it on a really high note because we just played this the other night, and Dark Domains was so good. Yes.
Tongue pop.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. Honestly, it had been one I had talked about. So for those who don't know, I also do the Dice Tower podcast with the lovely Suzanne Sheldon. And this game was on my list of games that I was interested looking at Origins and at other conventions. So it's not the first time it's shown up on my list. And, Dark Domains, I like Dark Things. Hey, well, seems like a good fit.
Easy Bake Coven.
Exactly. There you go. So, we had to check it out. And this is published by Labratory H and Mr. B Games.
Yeah.
And we got a chance to play it last night. I don't know about you, James. I really enjoyed it.
It was so much fun. I was a little iffy at first because I was like, there's a lot of parts to this thing. There's a lot of moving things, as in really any Euro that we throw on the table for the first time. It can be daunting, but it was actually flowed really well.
Yeah. And I don't know, you taught it to us. I don't know if you want to do like a quick rundown of it.
Yeah, so like I said, it flows really well, mainly because the worker placement spots actually execute in order.
Right.
And so you're actually going to be placing down there in order to try and build up your most evilest of domains.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got a forest, a mountain, a city that you're kind of destroy into ruins and stuff. And you buy buildings to put into your tableau. I love tableau building. Yeah. It's like, yes.
Exactly, yes, please.
And that you're going to execute and build, and of course, resource management, etc., with typical building and tableau stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's also a battle mechanic. So there's an adventuring party that is going to come and attack one of the players each round. Actually, two parties that would do that each round.
That's crazy.
And you kind of are working with this balance of, I don't want them right now, or I do want to attract them right now, because killing them will give you victory points, which marked by evil. As well as building buildings that you can flip to the dark side instead of the light side will give you evil. So it had so many really cool, awesome parts. And spells.
The spells, I was not using those properly. I'm looking at everybody else. I'm like, these are awesome. Spells are... You need to cast spells in this game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Needs to happen.
Yeah, the spells really keep you engaged and all other players engaged during downtime and when it's not your turn. And that's really my biggest want in games these days, is to be constantly engaged with the game. I don't want to be on my phone between turns.
Right.
Which I am anyways most of the time.
But this game was limited with that. I feel like we were pretty into the game. I mean, we were also learning it. The game is a longer game, but I didn't feel like, it's dragging. I was more just like, okay, we're learning it. Okay, now we're in it. And it was like a good, a solid couple of hours, at least. And it plays up to 5. We played with 4. And I definitely think it's one of those games, higher player counts would be better. But I'm definitely looking forward to playing it again. I mean, come on. You want to be evil. Evil in this game. That says it all.
Evil is good, but evil.
But evil. Yes.
So that game was on Kickstarter. It's fulfilling now. Yeah. It's available on their website. It's in US dollars, so it's a little pricey for us Canadians.
75 US. So yeah, that's like $1 million. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, but you can catch it at cons and stuff. So
right. So yeah, definitely if you want to get your hands on it, because I think that is basically the only way, or through their website. So. Well, I think that's it. We didn't cover everything, but we covered some of the main highlights, some of the main games. We saw companies that, we were able to at least check out the games in a little more detail. I think overall we had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So thanks so much, James, for joining us today. And check out some of the reviews on your channel. What's your channel? Give us all your info.
I am The Gamer James on Twitter and Instagram, and that's what you're going to have to search for on YouTube. I don't have one of those fancy URLs on YouTube anymore. They took them away from us a while bit. But find me on Twitter, and there's a link to it. Or go to gamerjames.com, and it redirects directly to my YouTube.
Amazing. Thanks for joining us. And, well, you know where to find me here on To Die For Games. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, girl.
Bye.